Well, good evening everyone. It's Dave here from the iReady podcast, bringing you the post-match reaction to the game which had just finished at Ibrox in the Europa League group stages, where we have drawn our match against Braga 1-1, and huge opportunity missed, I feel, and as you probably all will as well. The team that Danny Rule has put out this evening was Jack Butland in goals, with a back four of Tavernier, Giga, Fernandes and Max Aarons at left back. A midfield of Diomande, Raskin and Connor Barron, with Danilo, Gassama and Chermite up front. On the bench, Kelly, Wright, Magoma, Adamson, Cameron, Curtis, Antman, Asgard and Majowski. So 3 changes from the win against Livingston on Saturday, with Aarons, Barron and Chermite coming in for Magoma, Asgard and Antman. So the first sort of 15 minutes of the game, not really much happening there. There was a chance for Braga. Butland pulls off a really good save low to his right after a low shot fired to the back post, and it was cleared. Then Braga coming into it again. He's played through 1-1 with Butland. He pulls off another fantastic save and the ball is cleared. So we're living dangerously at that stage. And really, Rangers not creating much in the first half an hour of the game. Although having a lot of the ball, Braga were certainly the more dangerous of the two teams. But Rangers started coming back into it, and on the 28th minute, a half chance, good play by Gassama on the left, beats his man, gets into the byline, fires the ball across the face of the goal, but it's too far for Chermite, who was running in to get into the end of it, but a good move nonetheless. But then a massive chance for Rangers on the 34th minute. Tav with a great ball to Diomande at the edge of the box. He turns his man, shrugs him off, plays in Danilo with no one on him, but he shoots straight at the goalkeeper. Really should be doing a lot better than that. And the goalkeeper saves it to keep it 0-0. 36th minute, Barnes with a great switch of play from the left over to Gassama on the right. He sprints into the box, shoots, it's saved by the goalkeeper. It falls for Tav at the edge of the box, but well over the bar. But Rangers playing quite well at this stage, forcing the ball forward, and unlucky there. 37th minute, a ball into the box. The Braga defender slips. He pushes Gassama in the box. For me, it's a clear foul. VAR deemed it not a penalty. I don't know why, because Gassama was jumping and he was certainly pushed over. I thought it was a clear penalty, but we never got anything from that. Quite shocked there. In the 44th minute, a corner in, comes out to Barron on the left wing. He plays a fantastic ball, tremendous ball into Chermite, just outside the 6-yard box. And instead of just trying to hit it first time, he goes to control it and it's cleared. I don't know if it's a confidence thing with Chermite or not, but you know, you're really expecting him to have a swing considering how close he was in at the goal there, but it wasn't to be. But into added on time, a minute into the added on time, it's the 46th minute, there is a penalty awarded to Rangers, and it came out of nothing. There'd been a ball played in, it had been cleared. I really didn't see it at first, but VAR picked it up. It was played in by Tav. It hits the defender's hand. You can see it when they slowed it down. VAR awards the penalty. It is a clear penalty. Like I say, unreal time. I didn't spot it myself, but looking back on the replays, you can see it clearly hits his hand. And then Tav steps up a minute later and fires it past the Braga keeper to make it 1-0 to Rangers. So that was into half-time. And like I say, really nothing from Rangers in the first 30 minutes. But after the 30 minutes, Rangers were on the front foot, creating chances and the better team. The penalty came from nowhere, like I said, but we will take that any day. Into the second half, 52nd minute, Rangers pick up a loose ball from Danilo. It's out to Gassama on the right-hand side of the box. He fires it low into Chermite. It then falls for Danilo, and a very good last-ditch tackle by the Braga defender, you've got to say, and it is cleared, and he's fouled by Danilo at the same time. So, you know, that could have went in. Unfortunately, it didn't. Almost number 2 in the 57th minute. Danilo with a great ball in from the left. It bobbles up. It's cleared, falls to Diomande. He hits a shot, saved by the Braga keeper and out for the corner. I thought that was in. And then in the 57th minute, again out of nowhere in the centre of the park, Raskin and the Braga midfielder Salazar, they get a bit entangled. There's a wee bit of afters, but then Salazar comes right up to Raskin. His head into him, pushes his head into Raskin's head. Raskin goes down, holding his head. There is a VAR check, and the referee rightly sends off the Braga midfielder. So Braga down to 10 men. Rangers are winning 1-0, and we are thinking we're definitely going to get our first victory here. But 69th minute, absolute calamitous defending here by Jigga. I still don't know. The ball is played into the box. There's one Braga attacker in the box. All their defenders are there. Jigga jumps up to head the ball, completely misjudges it, ends up heading the ball backwards behind him, straight in to the Braga defender. He hits the shot, it bobbles, and it ends up in the back of the net. You know, you can't defend that defending. It was exceptionally poor by Jigga. I don't know, just a complete calamity in the defence there. Braga draw level, and Braga actually were playing better with 10 men than they did with 11, I feel, at this stage. But this was a huge opportunity for Rangers, and, you know, we've shot ourselves in the foot once again with really poor defending. 71st minute, corner to Rangers to the back post. It's headed to Jigga. He goes to get a header. He's a kind of a free man. He heads his shot, he heads it wide. Really should be getting it on target there to try and get some redemption. Again, poor by Jigga, and it's still 1-1. Couple of subs, 72nd minute and the 77th minute. Danilo and Baron off, Majovski and Asgard come on. 80th minute, Braga fire a ball into the box. It comes off Majovski's shoulder. The VAR check, I thought at first it might have been a penalty, but you could see quite clearly it comes off his shoulder and his chest, and quite rightly no penalty given. 83rd minute, good play by Diomande. He turns and slips, but he still manages to get a shot at goal, but straight at the goalkeeper. I think if he hadn't have slipped there, he would have had a much better shot, but unfortunately, it didn't come off for him. Double sub in the 88th minute. Magoma and Ant-Man on. Chermiti and Aarons off. There was 6 minutes of added time. So we were thought, you know, at least go for it. Really go for it, but it wasn't to be. 90th minute, another mistake by Jiggy. Passes the ball straight to the Braga winger. He races into the box, fires a shot. Great save by Butland out from the corner, and from that corner Butland pulls off two fantastic saves. The first one, I don't know if it's the wind that caught him off guard. He manages to punch it out. It falls for the Braga striker, who hits it on the bounce, and another great save by Butland and out. And then 94th minute, you know, again, really poor defending, I feel. Diomande jumps up with the midfielder. His arm is out. The Braga midfielder goes down. There was hardly anything in it whatsoever. It certainly wasn't deliberate. The referee brandishes Diomande's second yellow card, and he is off. Really harsh there for Rangers. Really harsh for Diomande. But Rangers also down to 10 men, and that is how the game finishes. You know, on a whimper. That was a huge opportunity for Rangers missed for us to get a victory. And this Europa League campaign has just been a disaster for us. It really has been. No fault for Danny Rule, in my opinion, at all. He can only go with the players that he's got available. So many players missing, injured. So many players that have been forced on him that really aren't good enough. And, you know, for the job that he's done so far, it's been nothing short of a miracle, in my opinion. But just another poor result for us. It wasn't a defeat, but in those circumstances, we really should be putting teams to the sword like that. But unfortunately, we don't have the attacking players that can do so. In my opinion, tonight, I thought Connor Barron was the standout player for us, like head and shoulders above any other player on the park. I thought he was outstanding. And as soon as he went off as a sub in the 77th minute, we seemed to lose it altogether. So Danny Rule maybe has to think about, if you've got your best player in the park, you don't take him off, and he certainly was, in my opinion. But we'll have to leave it there anyway. Like I say, it has been a bit of a disaster. I am expecting a lot more from our senior players out there. I'm expecting a lot more from the likes of Nico Raskin and Mohamed Diomande and James Tavernier. Jack Butland, again, you know, pulled off some fantastic saves to keep us in the game. But I'm expecting guys like that to really step up and they haven't done so. So it has been just another disappointing night for us. But, you know, we've got to take it the fact that we didn't get beat, but it's still not our first victory in the Europa League, and it really should have been. So anyway, we'll leave it at that. We've got a game against Falkirk at the weekend coming up. I will be back. That's on Sunday. I'll be back to give you the post-match reaction after that. Take care, everyone. Nothing much more to say apart from that. Goodbye.